You're watching a syndicate program.
The Emperor has been expecting you. I must obey my master. Indeed, you are powerful. It is pointless to resist, my son.
What's up, everyone? Monday is here, which means another Toy Chest. Episode 52, coming at you February 12th, or 2nd, not 12th. February 2nd, 2026. I am your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here.
You can't do that to me, man. Valentine's Day is only 2 days after that, and I got stuff to do, man.
It's like,
What's
panic
up,
mode. Alexander Storm is here.
We see that Dark Mooch is using that DeLorean again.
Yeah. We've got Blitz Transmissions, Tommy.
Mislikadies.
Oh, see what you did? You started it. We've got a great show for you guys. We got a lot of information. We got some surprises coming in, and we may even have a hot take coming in live.
Whoa.
So, you guys, before we get into it, though, our Shadow Council, there you are. If you want to join what that's all about, scan that QR code, find out all the information, and then check in on Wednesday when you get your proper dues, your proper money well spent, your shout out with all voiceovers and special effects and everything else. Yeah. I mean, promise the world, right? So
Not doing terrible voices. Yes.
But anyway, guys, check that out if you feel so inclined. So right now, the pit is active. We've got them in there. The conversation started earlier today, but we have Hal Runner checking in.
What up?
We've got TD3 Trooper. We also have Margaret Wood. Yes. We were going to talk about this farm. He's going to bet on the farm at the Hasbro Delayed Cantina 4-pack. They have a theory there, which is not that crazy of a theory. So we will definitely be talking about that. We've got Michelle and Little Beastie. My daughter's scream and her pillow at the news of the delay. She's not used to figure delays. I feel so helpless as a parent, unable to fix this. Oh, we got Star Wars and Bruce checking in. We've got James Morrow. What's up? Yes, talking about the nostalgia thing, and something we're going to talk about today. We've got Ray Stanley checking in. We've got Meeks. What's up?
What's going on, Meeks?
Oh, man. Rhino Hobbies.
Rhino.
Okay, we got I got Max Rebo Experience.
What up?
Man, Arc 501st.
What up?
We've got a full house. Great. What? North Empire checking.
The GOAT.
What's up?
The GOAT.
Thank you so much. With Dr. Brantley, of course, checking the pulse of everybody, make sure they're all here and ready to go.
Groundhog Day again.
It is Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Oh man, Chris from our Wednesday show, he does celebrate Groundhog. Like they get gifts for his family
Really?
and everything. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Okay. Well, that's
Keeping it
what we
alive. Yeah. Dude, John Jedi is checking in. We have B-Sum. I forget the phrase, but I'm sure we'll get mugs printed up with the whole.
say. Yeah, we definitely should do that.
If you're not some Bisa, I don't know. I'll let Alex take care of that on his. Oh man, yes, Star Wars of Brews. We got Fig Fury checking in. Oh man, who else? TVC Trev.
What
up?
What's up?
And Shelf Life.
Hey guys,
I can't
Shelf
do
Life
it.
here.
There you go. Is he here?
Great
I thought-
videos.
he's actually here. Commander Bly, one of my favorite people of all time, is here.
Yeah, I tolerate him.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah. William Rodriguez is in
All right.
here. Yes. We've also got Star Wars at Bruce, $10
Ooh.
to chat.
Thank
Bestest
you.
Star
Thank you.
Wars podcast. Thank
Wow.
you so
Woo-woo.
much. I appreciate you. I love seeing you in the pit every single week. You're awesome. Thank you so much for that. We do appreciate that. I think we got Rhino Hobbies. Well, I'll check him out again because he's awesome. If I've missed anybody, please, guys, let me know. But I think we're caught up with the chat. So we've got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Let's bring it up first. Let's get our updates out of the way. Starting with Black Series, because we do have some pre-orders coming in hot this week. So you guys check your calendars. And if you're not involved in a Discord, the links will be sent in a Discord too. So everybody
Yes, they
make
will.
sure we're getting those. So what's on the updates? I haven't been nothing as far as like getting in the mail or finding in the stores. I don't think like the latest waves or whatever.
No. Latest waves. Nothing has come in just yet, except for I guess an Valentine's Ewok.
Valentine's Ewok.
Oh,
Got him.
we got the.
Who here has it? Who here is a pre-order besides
Black
Tom?
Series of the Year. I'm one of the 5 people that ordered this
There
guy.
you go.
Yub nub.
They said that about the holiday, the Christmas and the Halloween ones, and they sell out all the time. So
I feel like there's just a lot less commercial appeal to Valentine's Day versus Christmas.
it's a waste of money.
Flavy Davies actually sent me some photos from Disneyland, and the Star Trader at Disneyland was freaking loaded with those things.
Wow.
So,
Really?
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
lots of those. Now, as far as the graphic, there hasn't been any. Hey, what's up, Mr.
What's up, Mr. Star Wars?
1138.
There you go.
yes.
There's no updates here on the image. That's because we are going to share screen and we're going to bring up Mr. Dr. Yakface's page.
that's
to
on
see
Vintage,
some of
yeah.
the latest.
Yeah, we've got a couple 2-packs
Black
that
Series.
that need to be on here as well. The Plo Koon and Commander Wolf 2-pack that has yet to be pre-orderable, and the other Gaming Greats pack as well.
So we've
Yes.
got this guy right here. the
Yeah, Scar Squadron.
2-pack.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is Wednesday, also the February 4th pre-order, you guys, on your Gaming
yeah.
Greats.
Yes.
So I forgot about this one because it was such a long
Same.
time ago when it was kind of announced. I'm like, oh yeah, it is. I thought that's what the whole thing about when you announce it and when the pre-orders don't hit that week, it's hard to kind of like mark on your calendars, right? So sometimes we'll.
I'm
actually-
excited for my G.I. Joe Stormtroopers, man. These will be cool.
Hey,
Yeah,
I mean,
hey, man.
that's
Watch
pretty
your
cool.
mouth, Tommy. Watch your mouth.
Hey, I'm saying it in a good way. I'm saying it in a good way.
Look, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to this. I love the actual comic series they did. If you haven't read it,
Yeah.
it's really cool. I enjoyed this little part out of the Star Wars from the Gaming Greats and everything. I like the comic book stuff because I can put it on the shelf with the actual comic books and graphic novels.
for
So I'm
display
really looking
purposes.
forward
Yeah.
to it.
I'm with you. I don't personally buy the comics, or I pick and choose the Gaming Greats.
Yeah.
But this as a whole, because that cover, with that big Stormtrooper in the background, the heavy duty one. I think that's the only one left. I think.
There's 3 members left.
Wow, there's a lot.
Yeah,
more than-
there's a lot.
That's how
yeah.
much I pay attention.
Yeah. Zook, Arrow, and there's another one. I forget the other one's name. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Okay.
as a whole, that team would look really, really cool.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
as a display. You know what I mean? We also have our. Go ahead, Scott. Anything on? Okay, so Starkiller, the one.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The 2026's most anticipated figure to date.
Les pièces irrésistantes, as the Spanish
not a
would
lie.
say, right?
Yeah. $44, right?
Yeah.
Coming in at $44. This deluxe
yeah.
figure, so it is a little bit more expensive than the typical
is.
deluxe, which is like $39, and I think that is with the
Yeah.
price hike. I'm not sure. So this
That-
is sitting
yeah.
a little bit higher. And I probably, I'm assuming it's because of the wired cape and that little extra features and everything.
Yes.
So this one,
And those Darth Vader legs and all the lightsabers that he comes. Yeah.
but look at all the hilts you could put on the belt like that. Dude.
Yeah,
that
wow.
looks cool.
Great
I
photo.
have a habit of looking at the Hasbro Pulse pictures and everything and mimicking them on my shelves. Because it's like if I want references, they're gotten so good at it that it's like
Well, shout out Shooting the Galaxy on Instagram for sure.
Yes.
He did these promo photos right here. Yeah.
Nice.
Very
Chet
nice.
Maddox coming
There you
in
go.
and saying needs all of these. Absolutely.
Look,
this
I
one,
can't
guys.
wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what like Fig and Scully and Chad and all of our guys,
Very
that are out
talented.
there doing it. I can't wait to see how these photos are going to come out because this character, I got a feeling, it's going to blow our minds away, man. In the photo.
Agreed.
Yeah. Again, this one, there is so many people are excited about it, so you have to kind of gauge it. So be very, very on the point trying to pre-order this dude. Is it Hasbro Pulse and Amazon, or what's the
I'm hearing shared exclusive now, so that means fan channel as well.
fan channels? Okay,
yeah,
well, good news then.
Yeah.
More opportunities.
Yep.
Absolutely. And again, guys, hit us up in the Discords too, because of our the ones that have Pulse members, and if we need to kind of like grab 2 or 3, we'll do that. And,
Grab 6 or 7. We'll get you
6
all
or
set
7.
up, man.
Exactly.
This is one that if you're going to order it through Hasbro Pulse or Amazon, if it's going to be up on Amazon, because Big Bad normally jacks it up a couple of dollars more, and with the shipping and the Entertainment Earth definitely jacks it up. So you're gonna Amazon and Hasbro Pulse is going to be the best premium price that you're going to get it at compared to everyone else tacking on $1 or $2 or $3.
All this talk that we've done about premium memberships like Pulse Premium the last couple months, I think this is where an item like this is where it's good to have your Amazon Prime, your Pulse Premium,
Runner.
it pays off.
Runner.
All the options.
Can't wait to see that, man. I can't wait to see
Hal
that.
Runner is already taking photos on decimating the original.
I'm right here, brother. Hal Runner.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Hal Runner today. I saw ICC announced Kazuda Xiono's dad, Hamato Xiono, from Ahsoka, is going to be a guest at the show. I tagged Hal Runner. I said, "Here he is. Your favorite
Is Hal Runner
character's dad."
going to ICC?
He should now. He should now.
I mean, it's worth the trip, right?
It is. I would say so.
You know, Mooch, one of the things that we should probably do is, especially since we do have such a great toy photographer community, this figure comes out, we should do run the photos on an episode for all of our guys out there in the community.
That's a good idea.
That'd be cool.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
1000%. In fact, that's what we'll do. See, this is how things come around live.
It does.
On our Discord, we have a toy photography section. We actually could put like anybody who submits in there. We'll take those as submissions and make absolutely okay.
Yeah, we used to do that on. We used to
Yeah.
do that on what's it called on 1313 podcast. Our end credits at the end of every podcast episode would be
so cool.
Exclusively toy photography people submitted. Yeah,
Right. Nice.
Not on Black Series tonight or Vintage.
no.
Yeah. All right, cool. So guys, double check Wednesday morning when you get up and make sure you're getting ready. If you want these figures, that's when they'll be available. Let's get into Vintage Collection. Let's do
Vintage
it.
Collection, again, not a whole heck of a lot added to this list. We will talk about the delay in the Cantina 4-pack momentarily. But what I do want to bring up really quick, if I may, is this guy right here. Come on. It's not working. My bad. There we go.
What is
All right.
What happened today?
Thank you to Yakface for breaking this news right here.
Shout out the goat Yak Face.
That's our
That's
go-to.
right. The Mando and Grogu. We have an intercepted transmission. It is an ATRT with Mandalorian and Grogu. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
You know something? Here's the thing. I'll get it
yeah,
because it'll go right next to my
but
Razor
it's Vintage
Crest.
Collection.
What did you
It
do with
doesn't-
Marco?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, wow. Something
I took
happened.
him. I took Marco shopping the other day. He came back over here to my
I needed
house,
underwear and socks and stuff, so I'm like, all right. let's
and
go.
he walked out with a couple of
Are
Vintage
you?
Collection figures.
Do you have that blackmail photo that you sent us from the other day?
Mhm.
To pull up
that
of
up.
him with all the
I can
TVC
bring that up.
figures.
Fair. Those
It's
were
AI.
like-
That was Sora AI. Pulled up the.
He's okay. So those were from the 2010
Yeah.
vintage Saga collection,
Yeah.
and he keeps saying over and over again, "It's not really Vintage Collection because it was before the Vintage Collection." It's like, shut up.
And also,
It is
it's also
Vintage
a Vader figure that I go with my Vader shrine, so it doesn't.
And
I'm not-
Stormtroopers,
okay,
and Stormtroopers.
yeah, because
Right.
And he was debating on Han Solo, and he was
Yeah.
looking at the Chewbacca.
Wow!
Uh-huh.
Wow! Look
But
at
hey.
him! Look at him! He's like, I can't even.
Got
got away.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Oh,
He,
no.
he came over. I gave him coffee, and next thing I know, he's ripping into Star Wars.
I don't think it was just coffee, man. Wasn't just coffee. There's something else slipped in that mug, man.
It's a pretty high dose of FOMO, I think.
Yeah, I went into his room and knocked all figures
Yeah.
down and everything. So,
So disappointed in Mooch now, man. Wow.
Mooch went over to
Let
knock
us
down
down,
Scott's wall finally. And then,
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah. So, how do you guys feel about this ATRT potentially being $70?
Love it.
Yeah.
70. Honestly, it's just so funny because that doesn't even make me flinch. I don't know why. I don't. Maybe it's the surprise that something like this is so cool. The $70.
Yeah, well, considering you're getting two figures,
Yeah.
well, a figure and a half.
Figure and a half.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah,
And a quarter.
yeah. You got Mando. That's $20 right out the gate for Mando. So you're down to 50 for the vehicle, and I would assume if it's TVC quality, it's going to be all kinds of articulation in the legs, and then Hasbro, if they're smart, they'll double dip this year and give us a Clone Wars version for the Republic gunship.
Yes.
Look, man.
Yes.
Give you to
I
buy
think-
a lot of them.
Yeah, you know what? I'll throw my support behind it because I really, really, really would push for a Black Series scale of
yeah.
that too, and
Oh,
to coincide
yes.
with Vintage Collection, right?
Yes,
if they can release both, with this being a special paint app or whatever it is, so I will be like, hey, I'm throwing my just like we did with Carson Teva, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people bought the TVC because it's like we're pushing for the Black Series version of it. So I'm down with it, and also I can look at it like this too. It's not an odd vehicle to put with my Razor Crest because I already have kind of like this little Mando TVC thing going on. So
Yeah, and the Razor Crest is Clone Wars era as well.
Yes.
Canonically.
Here we
It
go.
is.
So,
It is.
so
It's a gunship.
there's my gateway
Yeah.
to like, hey Tom,
There
you
you
gonna
go.
sell me one of those lats?
No.
Now, go ahead.
As far as the pricing goes, it doesn't bother me because if I may, $60 was the land speeder,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
I mean, that
Yeah,
was $60, and honestly, you've got a vehicle that's got it's a little taller, of course, because it stands on two legs. It's more articulated. It's going to come with two figures, so $70 is not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. And then
So-
I just looked, the Bantha was 70. So
yeah,
that's
like I
another
said,
thing.
it wasn't
character with vehicle. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like the Darth Vader TIE Fighter, which is like $130. Like that
140.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100. Yeah.
140.
Chris K, check it is cheaper than a hot toy version that I won't be getting.
Did you see
and
that they
big
showed that off
freaking-
at Celebration in Japan? They had a Mando on the ATRT.
Did
teased.
they really?
They teased
Well, they
it.
already
So-
have the RT. It's behind you.
Well, so Black, there it's right. That's a 501st
Yeah.
version. So Black Series would be remiss, in my opinion, to not do one if TVC and Hot Toys are doing
it's
it.
a doable
Sure.
vehicle, right? Like
Yeah.
as far as like the out of the realm of like it's not a huge space, kind of like
It's
With
tall.
pricing,
Yeah.
with price increases though, is it going to be about as
It'll be
much as your Hot
$80.
Toys version was?
no.
I
Black Series is only a tad more than Vintage these days, so it's like it'd be
It's
$80.
true. Now, my thing is, I think it would be it's tall, but it's not wide. And a lot of times in the shows and in where the media we see them in, they're really they're really agile. So you could have it in like a lower, stalking, walking pose. You could do all kinds of stuff with it.
Yeah, I think it'll look cool.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
think we're
big-
going to have the
big.
walking action like the original ATST did?
No.
Yeah, it's funny. I was looking. Okay, so I got a vintage ATST thanks to Scott this weekend, like Kenner vintage, right? And it has the act as the walking action. When I was kind of looking at it, I go, I think we're beyond any of the gimmicky stuff forever. Maybe not forever, but I think we will never get shooting missiles anymore, or
no.
I agree.
light,
I
of
agree.
course not lights, but you know what I mean, like in any kind of like walking gimmicky stuff. And honestly, as older, I'm okay with it because these are statues to me these days. Besides the figures, they're not. I mean, what am I going to do? Play with?
Well, and I'll be honest, that even as a kid, I never really used the missile firing features.
No, I love.
No. I was too paranoid about losing them, so they always had to stay in the ship all the time. Yeah.
G.I. Joes, and in the later years of G.I. Joes, they all came with like shooting missiles.
Yeah.
They all just ended up in bags or in a box or something like that. And so
because
I got
earlier
a
you just
figure,
connected them. Yeah, you just connected them and you just kind of handheld the missiles, right? Before back in the day. Yeah, I mean,
no, let's blame Battlestar Galactica for what it did to us.
Oh,
right?
heck yeah.
Because of Battlestar Galactica toys that choked some kids out back in the day, we don't have rocket firing. We don't have reasonable rocket firing missiles anymore.
True.
Right.
Some kid decided.
I would just call that natural selection, but that's
there was a comment here. I'm gonna find it. It was by Jacob, and he was talking about the cucumber looking alien because I'm curious now.
Cucumber-looking alien?
Yeah, right here. Jacob Stanko. I'm looking for the alien dude from the Return of the Jedi. Forgot his name, but he looks like
a man.
Oh, a man. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you just throw an extra man in there? Mark,
A man.
Yeah.
We're actually that race is going to be in the Mando Grogu series.
Yes.
So
Oh.
I'm assuming we're going to get a brand new.
Look, but I don't want it under the Mando title. I want it to Return of the Jedi title.
It's just a box.
No. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the coloring on this one might not match. Might not be.
But if they have that sculpt, though, they might get a man.
I just want my king, my sweet prince Hermie Yodel. That's who I really want.
But yeah, that's cool. I'm expecting. We haven't had vehicles since the Darth Vader TIE Fighter, right? Like
for TVC.
Yeah.
Does the Bantha count? Do you
I
count
guess.
the Bantha?
Well,
I would count it.
Yeah.
I think I got the Bantha before I got the TIE Fighter, though.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
It was like right.
It was weird. Yeah. And then Black Series hasn't done one since the Maul's Sith Speeder.
Yeah,
Speeders and Stap.
Yeah, and I guess, dude, like I said, we didn't see any vehicle, any kind of continuation for that last year, which I was so excited in 2024. But like the return of vehicles to Black Series, Stap, the Darth Maul Speeder. I'm like, and then okay, a year.
Yeah,
I would just continue it. So ATRT would be a fantastic coming in because our clone shelves are boring in Black Series.
Yeah,
because this clone has a red mark and then a yellow mark.
I want a red one. I want a gray one. Give me a red one.
Oh man, Chris K coming in with 5
Whoa!
Hey,
Thank you.
The best part of having Mando and a new ATRT is Hasbro will be stupid not to repaint the ATRT in Republic colors and go with the last.
There you go.
And that's why they won't do it.
Yeah. No, it's very. I mean, look, it's still in that genre. Yeah, it's not a battle of Geonosis, but who says not, right? Like,
yeah,
why not, right? So, I would put anything in the realm of Clone Wars into that battle of Geonosis anyway.
The battle of Geonosis, I would argue, you could use any of the Battlefront video games where you fight on Geonosis.
Yeah.
You could use the Clone Wars second battle of Geonosis. There's all kinds of different things.
Like I said, I would put the whole era in the whole title of Battle of Geonosis, just like the Return to Tatooine. I wouldn't just pinpoint it to just that arena. It's the entire Clone Wars campaign, and so you would throw in all the vehicles from Clone Wars, and that is, even though, to be fair, it's like that's an Order 66 vehicle.
Yeah,
the Clone Wars is done. I digress. To
The
be
what?
technical. To be technical.
It was in Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars is done after Order 66. Like that's the end of it.
Oh, you mean the era?
That's what I meant. The Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah.
It's done.
Okay, gotcha. All right,
yeah.
I'm with you now.
Stay
I'm
with
with
me.
you.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
You just you're so fast on the yeah.
Commander Cody's vault. Tommy, where is the big bad Wookiee?
Dude, I'm so mad. They emailed me yesterday because I reviewed this guy.
Yeah.
And I said, they emailed me yesterday and they were like, oh, it's coming a day early now because it wasn't supposed to show up till tomorrow. Then middle of the day today, I'm all excited and they go, oh, sorry, man, we had to delay it again to tomorrow. Come on, man. What are we doing? You're playing with my heart.
Creature packs, Stu John. Yes, there's
That'd be great.
There's still a lot of stuff.
Who would be in on a made-to-order for either scale? Geonosis Arena Beasts, Acklay, Reek, and Nexu all in one.
Black Series Insta-buy. And if there was never a notion of having a Black Series Arena Beast, then I would definitely purchase and support a Vintage Collection scale of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and kind of create that. If I knew that was never coming, if they say absolutely never, like explanation point.
Yeah.
But Black Series Insta-buy, sometimes I won't even look at the price on that. I was like, just do it. I know it's not a good thing to say, but that's the whole thing. It's like we need them. Yeah.
Those, if I may, those were not the only releases though that we saw come through the pipeline today. There is also, I'm not a huge fan of Funko Pops, but we had
not
some
anymore.
Darth. Well, yeah, we had some Maul Shadow.
I've known you for a long time, so
I know. I did have some pops at one point. Yeah. I still have one or two lying around here somewhere.
I have a few hiding over here.
Yeah, I've got a couple of Mandalorians. Anyway, I digress. So we got the announcement. We've got Maul. He got his dirty teeth. There you go. That's it. We got his dirty teeth and the grimace right there. We have, I'm going to go down to the bottom. We've got Rook Cast, who is basically Maul with a face mask and what looks like a Gatling gun of some sort.
Right? Does Maul need a Gatling gun?
Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, with the name Icarus, I mean,
yeah.
That's then we've got Maul in his cape. And then we've got the Crow Inquisitor. They didn't give him a number this time, or whatever brother in this. They actually gave him the Crow.
That's weird, huh?
That's a dumb name. What?
Yeah,
I wonder if the whole name, like, because he was like the first, basically like him and Merrick were like the first ones, right?
Yeah.
That was in the Tales of the Jedi.
He's 11th brother, is who he is.
So he is. So he does have a name, right?
He has a number.
He does.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's the Crow. So then. Right up above the Crow, we have got Rook Cast. Now, that's pretty freaking cool name because of Jodo Cast,
right?
Back in the day, right? The guy who isn't it like a it's in Boba Fett's chain code? Is Jodo Cast was in the chain code?
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder if Cast is like their house name.
It
like
is.
Vizsla. Okay, it is.
Now here's the thing. I'll be interested to see how this plays out in the show because Rook Cast first showed up in the Son of Dathomir comic. She helped Gar Saxon free Darth Maul from prison after he gets defeated by Palpatine in season 5 of Clone Wars. And then we see her again in Clone Wars season 7 during the Siege of Mandalore. What I'm interested to see here is we know like Maul kind of like, he tells Gar Saxon, die well, Mandalorian, like, kind of like just gives up on the Mandos. I'd be interested to see why she's still loyal to him. I'm interested to see that.
It was Jester Morel. That's
Jester
right.
Morel.
Jester Morel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jester Morel. So, but Jodo Cast, I believe, in the comic was the impersonator, right? The person who stole some Mandalorian armor and
that's right.
Said he was Boba Fett. Yeah.
It was the Cobb Vanth scenario.
Right. He was a poser.
Yeah.
Right. And then Twin Engines of Destruction, Boba showed him who's boss. So
that's right.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was
cool. Hey,
those are some pretty cool reveals for Funko.
For sure.
That is cool. And like Funko always kind of like gives us a little extra anyway, you know, always when there releases like a certain character or a certain accessory that comes with, like I said, the Gatling gun. That was something new. I didn't, you know, and so now I'm expecting that in the show. So
I am
Icarus.
hoping
Yeah,
this
what
is
a
an
cool
indicator
of
what's to come for action figures.
Yes.
Yeah.
So speaking of, Jacob's got a question for you, Tommy.
Ooh.
He's got a question. Since we got a Black Series Merrick and Retro Vintage Collection, we are not Vintage Collection yet that the character could put in the card back. Oh, a Merrick card back?
Yeah, no, so Marok isn't in TVC yet. He's in Black Series, and they did him as a retro figure. But they never did him as TVC. I think that this is now the time to do him. And I want Black Series to do him again, but take away that really bad rust paint. That that really weird, rust paint.
Well, he's
on
been
the
dead
Ahsoka
for.
release.
I'm assuming he's dead because Maul probably offs him, and then he's he's
then he turns into a
reconstituted.
fart.
So
right,
I mean,
Green Mist Man.
It's perfect time to come back in, and it always begs the questions like, why did they pull him in the first place? I don't think it was lack of sales because he was sold out everywhere.
No, I don't know why they pulled him, but he's become a very expensive figure since then. Yeah.
Americas?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's like a $50-$60 figure now.
Yeah.
If we're looking at these figures though, if you look at Icarus, right? Yeah. Check it out. He has different face markings than Darth Maul. He is not that is not Darth Maul. It doesn't look like.
No.
Really?
So yeah.
No.
Yeah, look at his eyes.
It's a Night
look
Brother.
At that forehead.
Yeah, he's a Night Brother.
That's pretty freaking cool. So I'm excited about this right here. Actually makes me more excited for Shadow Lord than I was just by watching the trailer for it. So
wow,
because that's a good trailer, man. That's a real good trailer.
Yeah. Crystal checking in. That.
What's up, Crystal?
You know what? That's just that just made me so much more excited than just a side adventure mall or a filler mall. So maybe it's going to mean a lot more than what it's presented. So, well, we're going to find that out before we find out anything about Mando Grogu, because April 22nd or April 6th is the mall show. So the markings are completely different.
They are. Yeah.
Wow. Let me correct myself. The Marok figure currently sells for an average price of $66.
Whoa!
Fitting.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
These are cool, man. And if Pops is any indication of a vintage or a Black Series, I don't think we'll go that deep in those. Vintage, you probably have a better shot at it. I think we're only gonna get a couple figures from Maul. Probably in the vein of 3 to 4, just like they're doing with the other, like the Tales of. It's who knows? Because I know this is a Wednesday talk, but isn't the mall is a season? Aren't they going multiple seasons with this, like 2 or 3?
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll
that's interesting.
No idea yet. Yeah.
Not.
If you round up, hey, that's all I'm saying.
Oh boy,
you got Eli checking in. Give me some Ewok catapult. We need some Ewoks. A lot more.
Yes, indeed.
All right, I'm gonna hand the floor over to Scott. Oh, unless we're all done with reveals or anything, and
that was it. I was just gonna say that's pretty much it for reveals.
Scott Scott had something very interesting to talk about. As far as like just a hot topic, and got our brains thinking. Something that we don't want to think about a lot of times, but Scott, the floor is yours, man.
So I was thinking the other day, I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine. Get your tail out of my face, buddy. Here we go. Not this buddy.
That's what I said.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin, get your booty out of my face. But no, I was having a conversation with him, and we were talking about the fact that when we go, nobody is going to give a damn about some of the properties that we Gen Xers hold so dear to our hearts, right? I think 2 of the main exceptions, because there's constantly new material out there supporting it, are Star Wars and Transformers, right? Because there's always a new Transformers movie, there's always a new Transformer cartoon. But I thought that was a Sarlacc tentacle. Respect, that's right. But if you think about it, and this is where we kind of we're crossing over into the Shadow Knows conversation here, the SKN Network conversations. G.I. Joe, we are single-handedly keeping G.I. Joe alive. As Gen X, we have the memories of the comic books, because let's face it, the new comic books, that's not where these figures are coming from. It's not where these characters are coming from. It's even Larry. I love Larry Hama's older stuff, but it's just on rinse and repeat now as far as the comics go. It's just, it's not great, right? It's okay, but it's not great. Mask, which we currently have loyal subjects handling a Mask reboot, and they're kind of failing badly at it. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. People are returning their stuff because it's arriving broken. Right here, Fig Fury, Voltron, G.I. Joe, Mask, Visionaries, who I'm one of the few that actually remembers Visionaries. He-Man has a chance because there are constantly new cartoons coming out. We've got the movie coming out. Unless the movie fails horribly.
It won't.
It won't, but also Mattel's keeping it alive too by re-releasing figures and creating new characters. I don't know if they're creating new characters, honestly, but
no.
But whenever it comes to these properties, honestly, Transformers, Star Wars are the two that are really that are still going to go on after we're gone.
Well,
and it's because Blitz, people Blitz and in the 1313 people's age, they've picked up that torch and they've carried it forward. And you're moving forward. You found a love for the original trilogy, but they're also, constantly creating new material, new movies, new cartoons, and they're just there you go, man.
Side by side.
They're keeping it alive. And so I'd like your guys' opinion. What do you think? Do you think that, and the chat's opinion too, are these properties DOA if we go?
I will give you a pushback on it, that I do think that G.I. Joe is still on the level of it because of one thing. I think Star Wars does a great job of reinventing itself. And I think that was based on, let's be honest, Dave Filoni and the Clone Wars. I think if there is no Clone Wars, there is no Star Wars going forward. So the Clone Wars helped bring it in, and it got another generation of people, and it's like a whole nother set of Star Wars movies that helped. So I think that's right. I think Transformers, they're constantly, but Transformers goes up and down. Yeah. But if you've been reading the, because I read all Larry Hama run, you're right. It's rinse and repeat with G.I. Joe. He's done nothing more than just basically they're keeping him around for a paycheck, and God knows Mr. Hama needs one. But when it comes to the Energon universe that Robert Kirkman did, he rebooted it in the same way Filoni has done the same way with Clone Wars. Now you've got Mask in that book. If you haven't been reading past issue 25, Mask is in there. G.I. Joe's in there. Transformers. They're trying to build that universe, because I worked for Entertainment One. Dr. Brentley and I wrote a couple of concepts and everything for Entertainment One when they were owned by Hasbro. And they failed as a company. And we were there in the failing. We had an animated show that was being produced by Entertainment One there. They totally failed as a company. And that's where Hasbro put all of its money in. Now they're having Robert Kirkman in this Energon universe, Transformers, G.I. Joe cartoon. That will extend its life. I think Voltron, hey, Henry Cavill, I've heard, is supposed to be the head of this Voltron thing. That might come back. I think you have to get from these companies. He-Man, I think we're looking at He-Man. I think if the movie does well, that's fine. But they haven't updated the lore. He-Man is still just a dude that says I'm the power, and we've seen this numerous times.
Yeah, well, Netflix tried.
So
Kevin Smith and Netflix.
You've got to reinvent these characters in a way. You need to follow the Star Wars realm of. We're not just going to have, because if it was in the old days, it would be Luke, Han, and Leia, and they would bash and bash and bash, do the same thing. I think they've created new characters. I think you have to do that. I do think they can survive without us, though.
I'll push back with that, though, and I will say that yes, and they have to bring that medium out of comics and into a different realm.
Well,
because
they are.
Comic book stores. What's that?
They're doing an animated show.
When
for Transformers and G.I. Joe, that's being produced right now. Robert Kirkman's making it now.
Okay, well,
so
maybe it has a chance.
That's why I said I think if they do that in that sense, it'll work. But if they are constantly, you're right. If they're putting in, like, comic books are going to be dead. Like, we all know this. It's not growing. If you're not doing manga, no one's really reading this stuff. But I think if you build the lore, you've got to put it in the platforms where people are watching. Then I think you're okay with it. I think if you keep it as a fringe kind of thing where there's only, because we know there's toys, like Mask hasn't had a new piece of merchandise when it comes to like, you know, like media, like comic books or like, you know, or animated shows since the 80s. You know, Micronauts is not around because there's really zero other than the books. So I think that you're killing it then, but I do think that it doesn't die with us if they take this new way of building these characters and building out the other media for it. I think it will extend.
You're right, though. It's got to be on a good platform, right? Because Hasbro failed miserably by not putting their cartoons on a consistent platform, right?
Exactly.
Or, and I mean, if it's like a Netflix thing or something, then maybe it can survive.
Or Amazon now is doing well too, man.
Yeah. Yep. Just jumping in real fast, Damien. Yes, Big Bad Toy Store is reliable. Sometimes it take some time bringing in stuff, and they are very, very good at communicating with you too.
Yes.
So
just
want to put it out there.
Sometimes stuff just gets delayed by manufacturer. So like for example, I have the Mezco Samurai Jack on order right now. That was supposed to come out in October, but notoriously Mezco stuff gets delayed. So what Big Bad will do was they'll keep updating it every month, saying, okay, it's coming this month. Now it's coming this month. You'll get a notice about a week before it shows up.
Right.
Also, Big Bad's one of the few places you can speak to somebody like that's not AI, a human being on the phone when there's a problem.
Man.
So.
Yeah.
I want to put a little bit of different kind of spin on what you guys are talking about as far as longevity of something. Now, you can add the term value to something too. We're, you know, like, okay, when it comes to Star Wars toys, like just the entire collection from inception from 1978 to present, right? I think fast forward 50 years, it's a different landscape. Star Wars is still be around, but it's going to be a different landscape. I don't think unless it's going to be in like some attic or museum, that I don't think you're going to get the value out of Kenner figures 50 years from now. It won't be as infectious as it is right now, because any vintage out there, it's snagged up. I mean, it does not stay on the shelves for too long. I don't think like even Tommy's generation or even like Tommy's, you know, grandkids generation, right, is going to be clamoring for the Kenner thing, because it's either going to be in, like I said, museums, or I don't know what's going to happen to the collectibles. I really don't. In the vast majority of it, I don't think they're going to be sold like they were, because we're the ones that buy those in like Insta buy those.
I'll do the pushback on that, because I don't think that that's the case either. I'm looking at now when at conventions now, and Tommy's probably seen it a couple of the Star Wars conventions.
Well,
I'm seeing younger. I'm talking about way younger.
Like,
I've seen more young between the under the age of 12 that are walking in wanting vintage GI Joes and wanting vintage Star Wars and Mask, and like I'm surprised their level of knowledge, because it's being concentrated back on. When I was a kid, my uncles were all in the military. They were all Marines, and they pushed GI Joe, and they had all the 12-inch Joes. So I had already had a bias with GI Joe. I was growing up on GI Joe. Well, now with Star Wars rest, there's grandfathers, there's fathers, there's big
they're
now pumping that in. And they're coming in with more sense. I'm like, I saw a little guy come in and he had the 3D Joe book. And he was like, well, that doesn't have the actual weapon and everything. I was like, Jesus Christ, this kid's like right on the money here. So I think that it just will be rarer to get, because it's shrinking and kind of.
Go ahead, I'm gonna throw a couple points in here. One, to our previous point, I think that really an IP like Star Wars is kind of an outlier. Like I think Star Wars and Transformers are like a 1 in a million. Like you don't have an IP that's multi-generational like those two, like Lord of the Rings, like those just 1 in a million storylines that just go generation to generation. For my generation, I think of things like Halo or like more video games. Like the Halo franchise is huge for my generation. The Gears of War franchise is huge. Do I think that those will be as popular with like my kids? No, I think that like it will be something that dies off with my generation. But I think that Star Wars and Transformers will stick around past my generation. Yeah, Bly.
Agree.
I don't know. I'm glad I didn't get bit by that bug, man. But my second point too is because I think that Star Wars is a multi-generational thing. I think that original vintage Kenner line will hold and retain its value forever. It will be seen as, I mean, even when I was a kid, I remember watching, I was that kid. I watched the History Channel, okay? We're going to let it lie. Let it be what it is.
Yeah.
I loved the History Channel, and I remember watching like American Pickers or Pawn Stars, and you would see occasionally they'd bring in a Star Wars figure, and they would do a whole bit about the vintage Kenner figures. It's something that has transcended. It's like people who want like a rare oddity in their collection in their office or something.
Yeah.
Even if they're not a huge Star Wars fan, I think that those vintage Kenner figures are still going to retain and maybe continue to even grow in value. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I will. The only thing, again, this is just something that I see. I think a lot of your guys make great points, but you're also still saying it. I mean, look, we have to say it, but it's still us. Like the American Picker guys, they're 60 years old or whatever there is, and those guys are going to be like hyped, and so they're going to push it. And who's watching it? We're watching because we're still here, we're still alive, right? So I look at like this, like when you find in an attic of like your parents' toys, of older Hot Wheels, Matchbox, even the 12-inch Joes, right? What's the first thing people do? They go to get it appraised, and they try to sell it off because the value is whatever. I don't know. And there will always be collectors out there, right? They're always doing something. But I just think that the level of it is not going to be as prominent as it is now. I think you'll have where Tommy's stuff is valuable to him when he's older, and his kids would be like, remember that Commander Bly figure that's going for $300. That I bought in 3 times because they're not producing it anymore, right? When Hasbro loses the license or whatever, and someone else brings it, change, right?
Well,
again, this is just throwing it out there as just a baseline opinion. That's my feeling.
I think the other end of that though is the stuff I grew up with was so much more mass produced.
Yes, it was 100%.
And people went into those toy lines knowing I'm going to keep one sealed and have it off to the side for like 50 years from now. With the Kenner line, that wasn't the mentality. No one knew that those figures were going to have all this value down the road and how collectible and legendary they were going to end up being, Yeah.
They didn't know how legendary it was going to end up being. Hey, Cassidy. But they were, don't get me wrong, they were mass produced on an insane level, to the point where you would get the same figure. I mean, they didn't recreate figures, right? Darth Vader was the same action figure for 6-7 years. So I mean, they were mass produced. It's just you're right about one thing though. People didn't keep a whole bunch of them sealed, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Here's why I say I think that it's changing a little bit different. Is that like you're saying, the first thing you do is get it appraised. Okay, we don't have to take our stuff into a shop and have somebody lowball us and do things. There's like there's like the Toy Hunter app that's about to launch. You can value your stuff there. You can value it. You'll have it in your hands. There'll probably be some AI feature. You'll talk what's the level of this. So that will change. And
They're trying to make it go digital anyway, right?
Yeah.
So it's not going to.
I think with the vintage is like I own a vintage vehicle, and it's 70 years old now, and it's way more valuable. I can go out right now. I can purchase a brand new truck, and it's not going to hold that value. That Black Series figure, it's not going to hold that same value 30, 40 years today. But I can tell you that Kenner figure will be. By the time we get ready to tail end off this planet, it's gonna be in a level astronomical to us. Because if you look at comics now, there's Superman comics going for like $3-4 million.
There is that's a great example, Alex, right there. Comic books, right? Because 1950s Superman or whatever it is goes. I mean, we weren't around to see it, or our Superman is different, and so I know it's 1938, but I'm using this 19 as a general thing, but yeah, if you were to, that can put in perspective for me.
Yeah.
Star Wars is a world phenomenon. It's like a household name.
Yes.
People are just born with the knowledge these days.
Exactly.
And I think what the conversation is like, we hope it's still a thing moving forward. But if it does die with us, I'm okay with it too, because then you could pinpoint in the history of the Earth, just like Fig Fury says, in 50 years now, it's going to matter because Earth won't even be here. So, but it's like pre-Star Wars, after Star Wars. You know what I mean? You know, it's like we were here for the good times, man. And if it doesn't survive that, I mean, we won't know. So enjoy it while it's here, right? And a lot of the talking we have, again, we can't see the future, but that's a great point, Alex. And I'd have to kind of reassess a little bit when you talk about the comic books.
About it. How many times, Scott, like, you know, I know you have your museum and everything else like that. You're finding younger individuals that want to see it and everything. These ideas are now, the collectible thing is like put into society now, where it wasn't like when I was a kid, it was like my uncle was like, yeah, man, we got a box full of these Joes and something. It's like, you want it? And my brother and I was like, yeah, that's cool. And we didn't think about the collectability. If I would have thought about that, I would have saved my Steve Austin, the Ebonic Man.
Oh yeah, well,
but I just tore him up, threw him out.
Yeah,
but
collectability wasn't a thing.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
But now it's so graded now, where it's like everything's put sealed in plastic, and they have shows. People, you can go to comic book conventions, have somebody do it right there. Now it's brought on. So now these younger ones, like I've got nieces and nephews under.
I'll be right back.
12. Yeah, and they're constantly like, hey, when you get rid of these, Uncle, can you give them to me or something like? Because now the collectible things like Pokemon cards, they're growing up on everything being collectible now. So that's where I think Kenner is gonna, those old Kenners and those original Joes and the G1 Transformers, those type of things are gonna hit astronomical pricing when we're kids. And there'll probably be some new show streaming somewhere like Pickers, where somebody's like, hey, you know, I just got a classic Optimus Prime and everything. It's going for $5,000 and everything. I think I can get. You'll see this stuff because it's made. Most of the stuff, also remember, made out of metal. The plastic is different. There's a lot of materials they're not even using anymore in the construction of it.
And I just boxed up all my vintage Transformers yesterday. They're in a tote now in my storage room. Please let me know if Optimus Prime goes for $5,000.
I put them in bubble
Megatron.
tape.
I got those. You know,
I would put them in bubble tape and keep them extremely well, because that material's not being used for toys. Those Transformer toys will hold up well over time, being most of them metal.
Well, okay, yeah, metal, the paint. That's the whole thing too. What is the toys going to look like in 50 years too? As far as like because plastic does deteriorate over time. There is a life expectancy of metal. Then if they're not preserved somewhat, the paint, you're gonna have just rusted out metal. That's the thing too. I think the overall sentiment is like, just enjoy it while you can. Enjoy it now, right? And kind of like just live in the moment, right? But there is that aspect of, I said this a long time ago on one of the things Scott and I were talking about. We're a lot of us, when we buy Kenner or we're buying like old school Hasbro and metallic older stuff, we're actually preserving the history of these things, and we have these mini museums, like Alex said, right? So we do a very good job, smoke-free home or putting them in airtight containers or dusting them like that, and really preserving that aspect of it. So we'd have to see how it works. Like I said, I had wholeheartedly admitted it, like, Tommy's generation really got me encouraged that this can go on, because for a long time, I was like, I don't know what's happening, man. And it was kind of like, how is even Hasbro going to be around? Because we're the only ones buying this stuff, especially what the reports coming out says adults are the ones buying toys, and kids don't even play with it anymore. So,
chances are Tommy's going to be coming into our house and picking our collection after we go. It's like, no. Alex and Scott and Moose said that he wanted this to go to me.
I'm burning it. So
I'm burning it.
Yeah, Viking funeral, buddy. Viking funeral. We're gonna have the biggest freaking barge and just load it all up.
With all that plastic, you're not burning that in California, man.
I've had a couple buddies that have even told me, that are my age. They're like, Hey, Tommy, just so you know, I put you in my will so that if I die unexpectedly, you get my collection. I'm like, what? Well, why me? What am I? But anyway, No, I think there's even stuff though that from my generation that's already kind of lost its they've tried to bring it back, and they've tried to Bakugan. Does anybody remember?
Oh, yeah.
Bakugan?
Remember that?
They
Yeah.
roll them onto the magnetic card and they pop. I was obsessed with Bakugan for like 3 years of my childhood, and it's just they tried to reboot it a couple years ago and it kind of flopped. And you know, Beyblade was another thing. The
Beyblade.
tops, that one's kind of like it's still around, but nothing. It's
Yeah.
not as big as it was when I was a kid. And they had the Metal Fusion series, and
You didn't
know.
live through the Pog thing.
The Pogs. Yeah.
But then, you know, there's another one like Skylanders, the whole Toys to Life fad.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Skylanders. In fact, there were kids in 6th grade that their way of picking on me was my nickname was Skylander Tom in middle school. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, those have completely. Maybe there's a handful of them that are worth a couple $100.
Yeah.
Sure.
But those have all but lost their value, and so I think it's just it just comes down to what IP you're looking at.
Yeah.
I think.
I am. You know, that's funny too. A vintage collection is so superior to old counter figures. I'm not sure if those will be much worth, but if we're talking value, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no, they're not producing as much as they were in 1999 or Power of the Force 2, right? Because even though those Phantom Menace figures are still go for $5 anywhere, and $5 is still a little too expensive.
Actually, you know what? A lot
Yeah.
of those Phantom Menace figures are starting to creep up too.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing them get up to
Yep.
$10 a pop.
Wow.
Might want to spend that $5.
All right, everybody, start buying them up now. Come on.
The limit of what is considered vintage, they say, is 25 years, right?
Yeah, that's what they
25
say.
years, something that's
It's-
25 years is vintage, right? Antique isn't until you get to like 50. or
Tommy's
something like
almost
that.
vintage.
I thought vintage
No, he
was
is
20.
vintage.
I thought vintage was
Is he
20.
vintage?
Is it 20?
I think it's 20. Yeah.
For
I've been
our sake,
vintage,
we're gonna
man.
say yes, 20 because you know
Yeah.
then all of us could be vintage. Not
You guys are vintage. You guys are vintage squared.
oh, we're rusting,
That's
dude.
what you guys are.
we're so vintage, we're rusty.
Vintage
I'm just
OG.
waiting. Just waiting for Tommy to see his name.
See, man, Skylander Tom. There we go.
Skylander Tom. There we go.
And I
So,
wore it with pride.
But I mean, not just Skylander though, because they also had that Disney and what was the Disney game? Where they
Disney
did the same
Infinity
thing?
was the ripoff.
Yeah.
Skylanders was the original.
Hey,
Don't ever
you
get it
can
mixed
say that
up.
all you want. You can say that all you want, but Disney Infinity had Star Wars figures, and those
They
things
did,
were rad.
and they were
And
slop
Tron.
compared to Skylanders. That's all I'll say.
Great.
And
They
then
were
there'll be
so
another
great.
iteration of it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Soon. But you know, it's you know, well, like I was checking out the chat and everything. You know, there's a lot of things why there's a lot of reasons why we collect, right?
Yeah.
Some people collect for value, some people collect for investments, and I know I was talking about like modern toys today, investments, unless it's Hot Toys or Legos is a whole different thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The-
Don the
I mean-
Jackthorn will be rich one day if he
Oh yeah, I mean he's
sold it
yeah.
all.
There's always different reasons to collect and everything, and whatever makes you happy is cool. And like you know, if there's a if someone's willing to pay for it 50 years from now, then it'll hold the value, you know. But just to say, because it's proven, you go to antique stores, sometimes it's those little, you know, figurines that your parents had or their parents had or whatever it was, they're going for a couple dollars, or just because it's just old.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not everything holds value. Again, it's always about who's willing to pay for it, right? So,
Right.
but the IP is the powerhouse behind those values. You know, Star Wars is a powerhouse, and Transformers. Your guys are right. Like those two, Transformers and Star Wars, is one of those like household names because I hate to say it, because Michael Bay, whatever. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, another one that probably hold up for a long, long time.
Yeah,
You know,
that one stayed consistent though, because ever since I was little, there was always some form of Turtles.
Yeah, and like I said, Tommy, when we were 9 years old, it came out, or 9, 10, and like that. It was like it reinvents itself every generation.
You know what's funny is my favorite Turtles is the original animated series. We had it burned on a DVD.
Still going strong.
Yeah, it's still great, man. I remember the day it premiered. You know. But yeah, there are certain things, and that's what we argue sometimes. Like, there's nothing today. Where is the today's IPs? Where are these reinvented?
It's Fortnite, dude.
Yeah, Fortnite. And
but even
Minecraft.
Fortnite's taking other IPs
Right.
and adding them to their
I think it's like Hollywood just has this point of they are stuck in this retread of ideas.
Yeah.
And the problem of it is that every IP that we're talking about tonight was an original IP in the late 70s or 80s.
Yes.
And they were new to the market. But the retread of these ideas have stopped the progressive growth. So there's going to be a point where there's going to be an original idea that's going to do the Star Wars thing that's coming in the next 5 or 6 years. It's going to have that opportunity, like the Turtles, to kind of like re-jump it. But until they kind of say, well, we've regurgitated, let's do this, let's do that, let's redo this, let's constantly redo that, you're not going to see those ideas hit because everyone's looking for something original that they can call their own to their generation.
And then when the new cool thing comes around, John Graber and I will stand shoulder to shoulder and spit on it.
Yep.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, hold me down. I agree. Yeah. Why do people love the Michael Bay Transformers? That's
the Michael Bay Transformers movies suck.
I don't even like the first one. I don't.
They suck.
It still look when you can get 7 out of them.
They
weren't making that because they were losing all their money. They were making that.
You're right.
They were making money.
People are watching Avatar and they're watching, and like I said, we question it. So again, just because I'm questioning it doesn't mean it has any merit to it. You know what I mean?
The point about the Avatar thing. The reason why Avatar is not this generation's thing is because of the thinking of James Cameron. Because if that movie was controlled in the same way of Lucas era, every kid we see now would have a blue figure in their hand.
Yes,
everything. But because the idealisms of James Cameron, that never became a major franchise. But that was probably the biggest missed opportunity in the last 15 years of a park.
One thing we have not hit that we did promise we were going to talk about, it's going back to what we always talk about, is the Vintage Collection 4-pack of Cantina.
Oh, the delay! Let's take this. Commander Bly has taken an artistic risk, said no bean counter ever. Thank you so much for the $4.99.
Exactly.
And guys, we kind of glossed over the delay of the 4-pack, a delay of a pre-order, huh?
What?
Before we get, the very first comment earlier today, or it's up there somewhere. Forgive me, who said it? I know I meant to write it down, but it was. Do you guys think they're going back to the drawing board to separate them out as individual? No. Okay.
No, it's too late. It's too late in the production process for that.
It's from Margaret Wood.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good theory. Like it's a good talking point theory. Yeah.
I have a thought, and my thought is that sometimes whenever we do a pre-order, like whenever McFarlane Toys, let's say, whenever they do a pre-order, you pre-order it, they send it to you. Do you think that's where we're going? Do you think maybe there was a delay? You don't think this is one of those that's going to be in hand?
This is totally speculative on my end. I have no insider knowledge on this. I think that what I'm seeing recently is Hasbro is trying to do what we've been asking them to do, which is kind of spread things out a little bit so that it's not, okay, in one day, let me pre-order $350 worth of action figures all in one day, maybe spread out the releases a little bit. And then also, when there's constantly things coming, it keeps us having things to talk about. And that's very much how social media works. If you're not constantly having another thing to talk about, that also plays a part in it.
Well,
but
the Cantina 4-pack is what we're talking about, guys. The Vintage Collection. Yeah.
The delay could have been because of the fact that we've had some of the worst inclement weather we've ever had, and the ports have been getting backed up. When the ports start getting backed up here in the United States, that pushes ships out longer and longer. That could be where the delay, because over back east is all totally screwed up.
Yeah. Fig Fury with the 1 penny more than $1.99 to kick Tommy out.
It's been a minute since Tommy got kicked from the stream.
What? Fig Fury.
Fig, I'll never forgive you.
Thank you so much, man. I can see that point, Alex, but this is a pre-order, right? They can always push back the actual physical release because they do it all the time. They do it. We get emails all the time. This is coming in later or this is coming in earlier, right? But a pre-order is just that. And to Tommy's thing, it's only 1 or 2 figures in this little time frame, so a 4-pack wouldn't be breaking. You know, it's an odd decision. I would just take it as a technical problem. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too,
Yeah.
because also I don't think it matters that they heap on all the pre-orders all at once, because things don't, that you're not charged until something ships anyway.
You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't think
I
that
don't know, I
really
don't-
matters.
Yeah.
It's just a really weird scenario.
And it could be a combination of all of it too. Really, they
All the
probably were
above.
like, you know, and
Yeah.
maybe we're
Yeah.
just not. Like I said, I think there's something technical aspect.
It's a
about it.
technical problem.
Something is breaking something. So like
Yeah.
we need 3 weeks to figure this out. But it is coming February
19th.
19th.
So also the week of February
Thank you.
12th through the 14th, Valentine's Day weekend, we've got Toy Fair, New York Toy Fair.
Yep.
So
Once it
and-
starts dropping.
maybe that'll be like
Our-
something they yeah.
could be, but
Yeah.
our several weeks of talk on both this show and the Sarlacc Digest has been, where's the promotional material? Where's the promotional items for Mando Grogu?
Right.
And I do believe that Toy Fair
It's
is
gotta be
whenever
that,
we're going to
yeah.
start seeing some drops.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. Buckle up, people. I think we're in for a pretty packed in couple
Yeah.
of weeks after
Yeah.
Toy Fair.
Nice.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's see here. TVC Trev, does anyone think it could be because they're adding more paint apps
No.
to Choloman's mustache?
We could only hope.
Yeah.
More strands of hair to the sculpt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hellrunner, the second Droid Factory droid is dropping. Yeah, you know, like I said, it could be a combination of too much, you know,
Mhm.
maybe in the vintage collection world or whatever it is. And it's an odd thing to it's one thing to say delaying an announcement of something, but delaying a purchase, kind of like planned purchase that they don't take out the money. We've already seen it. They're not going to change the figures. The packaging's already there.
Right.
It's
you
so
know.
weird.
Yeah.
But it could be
It's
like
just a really odd choice.
like Scott said too, though. It could be because we all know how like toy fairs and everything work for these bigger companies. There could have been an internal problem and he didn't have enough to show, and they probably wanted to do something big hype for Toy Fair. And all of a sudden they're like, well, what can we push and what can we do?
Right.
Because something else they were planning probably didn't make, how can we do it? Because Toy Fair is huge. And I've seen a lot of these toy companies, and there's a lot of stuff they're dropping now, but it seems like across from McFarlane, no one is thinking about Toy Fair in that kind of way.
Right.
It's not that same excitement.
We need to be reminded of it. I
Yeah.
feel like I haven't been reminded of Toy Fair
Yes.
Yeah. So this particular 4-pack it is getting pushed back. Who is selling it? Where is it going to be sold from?
Hasbro Pulse Disney Store.
Hasbro Pulse, that right there could
Disney
be the
Store.
factor. It could be
Yeah.
the Disney Store, because
Yeah.
every time something goes for sale on the Disney Store, it is, pardon my
Yeah.
French, a shit show.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So,
I've heard.
Yes.
It wouldn't surprise me if maybe they had to build up some of the infrastructure on the Disney Store site to make sure they didn't crash the site with it.
Yeah.
But do you guys think it's going to be that high in demand?
I don't know. I
That website is
Nicholas
screwed,
H
man.
checking
Yeah.
in. He's late, but he's got opinions.
What's up, Nick?
Okay, the high demand thing. It is betting on. I mean, it's the additional thing to the cantina, the HasLab cantina. It is like the companion piece to it, and we've all seen companion pieces. So
And we've also seen what happened with a bunch of the cantinas that didn't ship, right?
true.
I mean,
Yeah,
they were
there
ordered,
was
they
the
didn't ship.
cancellation. Yeah, so yeah, it's like a weird kind of vibe hovering around the cantina thing, right? But
Yeah.
the demand, yeah, it could be where they're like, look, guys, so we're partner up with the Disney Store. You got to get we can't afford any more hiccups. You know? So,
This is also
yeah.
part and parcel with my comment. Are they waiting
Oh,
until
that's
it's in
true.
hand, because Disney Store doesn't really do pre-orders,
True.
right?
That's true. That's true.
They are waiting until they have this thing in hand, which goes hand in hand with Alex's talk about the fact that the ports are probably pretty backed up because of
Right.
inclement weather.
Well, it's content for us. It's coming soon. They
Yes,
didn't cancel it.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Hasbro.
It didn't cancel it outright. That would have been a whole nother discussion.
Yeah.
It's only a 3-week delay, so it's one of those things where it gives us a talking point on logistics and kind of like the back end stuff that we don't see in here, right? And of course, we're always like trying to have a smooth collecting experience no matter what. It just sometimes it doesn't happen often. So
And for those of you wondering what we're talking about, if you're not following along, it is this one right here. It is this 4-pack.
There you go.
I'm excited for it. We're gonna get Chowman. That's awesome. So, but anyway, I'm thinking it's because they're waiting until it's in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be a surprise where it's not a pre-order. It's actually, well, it is a pre-order, but a sooner than later thing. That's cool. I'm anxious to see what Toy Fair is going to be giving us. There's been some things already, and in Germany had a toy thing going on, and we got some cool looks on other IPs. I do think like I said, the Mando Grogu thing is going to heat up. We're going to get some Shadow Lord stuff. There's also the rumor that the Mando trailer is back in the swing of things for Super Bowl this weekend.
What?
There's some legitimate news about it. So
I'll believe it when I see it.
Nothing official. I just want to tease it because that will be a small focus on Wednesday's show when we do this on Wednesday, guys. But
you might got a point there, Mooch. They did push out the Avengers Doomsday. That will not be Super Bowl.
Right.
So there must be a reason why. Oh, yeah, they just pulled that. I just had a buddy that hit me up saying, yeah, you guys won't see that for Super Bowl. So maybe there's something else they're dropping. Because think about it, Marvel and Disney, Lucasfilms, the same company. Something took priority.
Yeah.
If they push the Avengers
Hal Runner's putting money on it.
He is putting money on it.
Wow.
And this is where we have our paid sponsorship with Kalshi. Everybody, you could bet on anything with Kalshi.
Margaret, it's there's the thing. We had this kind of like a debate last Monday about this, or when we did this pre-order stuff about a 4-pack being desirable more than card backs. And I think what you're kind of pushing for is actually having card backs for these characters.
And I agree. I think for this particular pack, card backs would have been smarter.
Yeah.
It would have been, but it's way too late in the game for, as Marco said earlier in the day. Mooch said it's way too late in the production process for that.
And now we're lucky we'll get to have all 4 of these characters repacked throughout the next 3 years and clog up a bunch of mainline slots.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Let's go.
Nicholas H. Yes, the Mando Grogu TVC ATRT leak has been discussed.
We have talked about it.
We are patiently awaiting. Again, we in Yak Face we trust.
And just give me one with a little clone trooper on there. That's all I need.
It's coming with a clone trooper.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, if you don't have anything further, I think we can get out of here and then regroup and do this all again next Monday.
Yeah.
So, with that, I think we'll go round robin here. You guys in the pit have been absolutely amazing, and
as always,
you guys always try to keep the conversations going, of course.
Yeah.
But I will do my spiel after. But Blitz Transmissions, I know you just dropped a Blitz cast.
I did
with Commander Bly, and
I did.
You guys, you gotta watch it. You just gotta watch it. Go for it.
latest Blitzcast episode. We talked about it was Bly's idea. We talked about why Dave Filoni is the best choice to lead Lucasfilm, and why, if you disagree, in Bly's words, you are stupid and wrong. So you should definitely go check that out so you could be informed on why you're stupid and wrong if you disagree. I've got awesome reviews coming out all the time. I got some other stuff like this goofy ass figure to review coming up soon. 'Tis the season. I got more Hot Toys. I have the Hot Toys Commander Wolf coming in. I have to accompany my Wolfpack guy right here. Pretty excited about that. And then just, lots of reviews I'm going to work on, some more discussion topics, short form content when reveals happen, things like that, so we can jump on top of it. Keep a lookout. I have a hunch that a Hasbro Star Wars fan stream will be coming up in the next week or two. Yeah. And Alex and I will be on board live on Blitz Transmissions, doing live reactions for that.
I love it.
As we always do. So if you want to get in on all that stuff and more awesome Star Wars content, check out Blitz Transmissions on YouTube and all the other social media. But if you're looking for more of a consistent live show when it comes to social media and pop culture and all that good stuff, then you need to check out the Shadow Nose Network. Alex, what's going on with our friends at the SKN?
Absolutely. Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, we got some things jumping off and everything. I said we do Toy Box Chronicles on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Shadow Nose Network. And right after us, of course, the Sarlacc Digest podcast. So that's 2 hours on your Wednesday. So you're watching us on Mondays and then Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, Good Morning Toy Box. If you're looking for a little something, you're at work. And you're just
I love the name of that show.
I know, right?
I know.
Really
they worked hard on thinking about that one, by the way. You get up at 10 a.m. on the Pacific and on the East Coast at 1 p.m. So a little toy talk on Friday, and that's the lead-in show to Pixel, Plastic, and Ink at 7 p.m. on Friday nights and 10 p.m. on the East Coast and everything. And let me tell you something, that Friday slot, it has been driving because Pixel and Plastic Ink, the numbers have been getting up. I think people were having fun. It's cool to see that. And look, I've got to jump in. Man. Yeah. I've got to throw in one little sponsor right now because he'll kill me if I don't. Right here, you see on my phone, I've got the Toy Hunter app. And it's on now. It was first on iOS, and now it's on Android. They are still looking for people to test this app. This is the one ultimate collector's tool that you will need. You can put your collections in. You can actually do things like, you can trade.
Oh, this app right here?
Collectors. That one right there, man. Yeah.
Hey, I want in on
you definitely want to go over to our Discord, the Syndicate Discord. There's a link right there where you can actually get in and sign to be a beta tester for now, the Android version of this. But this is already in about a couple of days. It will be live on the Apple Store.
Awesome.
So get in on this if you want to have something where you think, hey, man, I don't know how to keep my collections together. Or you're at a show and you want to actually, somebody's saying, hey, man, this Joe figure is going to cost you $300. And you look on through the Toy Hunter app and you find out, wait a minute, all the comparisons saying this figure is $150.
Yeah, it can bargain for you.
It gives the power in your hand. Yeah. Toy Hunter, go over to the Syndicate Discord, check it out. The guys over there have been working hard on this. Even here's the funny thing. I just found this out because it hit me. Plastic News, which is one of our other sponsors, you can actually get toy news on it.
Yeah.
On
no way.
There's a feed.
Yes. So
Nice.
you can actually, all the information is right there, and pretty soon, I'm sure Blitz Transmissions or one of us will be on there. You might be able to see a live stream every now and then. So the ultimate toy collecting app, toyhunter.com.
Yep. Game changer.
Back to you, Moocher, in the greatest Star Wars show on the face of the planet after Tom meets Blitz Transmissions.
Thank you so much, guys. In the link, in the description is all the links to all the affiliates, guys. And I do want to plug our Discord, which is the Syndicate Discord. You can find us all there. And like I said, not just Star Wars talk. It's talk about anything you guys want to. And even if you don't see the subject you want, you can submit it and get that conversation going. It's a community building Discord. It's awesome. It's very positive. There's links. There's a buy, sell, trade. There's toy photography. It's just a great hangout after hours when you're not listening to any of our shows on YouTube or where you're getting it. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for joining us and hitting us on the replay. Also, get your comments in the section below. So, because the conversation, again, it just always continues. Scott, we are going to be here on Wednesday doing our Starlight Digest podcast, 8 o'clock Pacific. I'm sorry about the late time, but it is what it is, right? So Wednesday, we will be breaking down everything Star Wars related news, rumors, and theories from across the galaxy, starting with the Super Bowl. I have it on good authority that it's back in the play, guys. We're back in the game.
Wow. Mooch talked to John Paul NFL himself. And
meat is back on the menu, boy. So it's like... And how dare Bly talk about the Hobbit on Blitz, the Blitz translation?
Do you like the Hobbit movies? Is that what this is all about?
Oh God, don't please.
They're horrible. They're horrible.
What?
It's a disgrace to the book.
Oh, wait a second. We never kicked him out of here. We never really got to stay through and kick him out, right? It's like...
There's a reason why he was never on Getting Medieval.
All right, guys.
Don't get
anyway,
started.
Anyway, thank you again so much, and we will see you guys on the replay. And have a good rest of your evening with that, Scott.
Keep it nerdy, everybody.
Bye.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.